Welcome to today's episode of the Visibility Queen Show. I am so excited to have with you one of my favorite people. She is the only person that I typically allow to do my makeup and hair for photo shoots. We have the amazing Naomi Zwelling. Naomi, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So obviously, I always tag you if you've watched me in any of or seen any of my content or reels that I've done after I got in a photo shoot. You see me tag Naomi. She owns a company called Rapunzel's Radiance. So I want to give Naomi an opportunity to just kind of introduce herself, tell you a little bit about what she does and why she's so passionate about it.
Yeah, so she filled you guys in a little bit. I am Naomi Zwelling, owner of Rapunzel's Radiance. So Rapunzel is for the hair. I used to have very long hair. And then Radiance is how I hope people will feel after they have their makeup done with me. So how it all started, I have my undergrad degree actually in early childhood education. And I was working in a daycare. I was learning about kids and I needed a break. I love them and I knew I wanted to continue in that way in education in some degree, but I needed a break from the little friends. And so my dad noticed that in Buffalo, I'm from Buffalo, New York, and he noticed there was a new Buffalo public adult education cosmetology facility. And I'm done with college, not a lot of money left. I wasn't ready to go to Paul Mitchell and spend 13 grand, and this, I went in to see, okay, like there's an open house. I'll get a feel for it. I always loved watching YouTube videos. It's funny because I used to teach reading, but I was never a reader myself. So I would always like use YouTube for hair and makeup to just watch and enjoy when I would go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just thought it was a nice thing I liked. I never thought of it as like, whoa, a passion. But then I walked in and I was like, wow, this is cool. I saw the like shampoo stations. I saw the makeup. I saw the pedicure chairs. And like, there was something in me that kind of was like, ooh, like I like this. This is kind of getting me excited. And then I heard that you could do financial aid. I just heard all these things where I was like, you know what? This is a 10-month program, 1,000 hours. Why not give myself that break from that education? Let myself be the learner of a trade, and not just kind of have two avenues of potential income. So I did that. It was wonderful. And then I moved to New York for my master's degree in literacy. And I was like, you know what? I should, like, New York's expensive. I
Yeah.
should really start using some of these skills.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started in the world of styling wigs. And then I started in the world of weddings. And I was like, whoa, I like this. Like, it's intense. There's an intensity there, but I think I thrive on that intensity and that connecting with people. And so then, subsequently 3.5 years later, I moved to Columbus, Ohio. And then I'm like, whoa, like I want to go in, like, let's see what I can do. I ended up not doing as many weddings, doing a lot more of the hybrid of the education and the makeup, and then a lot of photo shoots, a lot of creative work, kind of just like figuring out what my strengths are. And then after those 3.5 years, where I was working full time and trying to build a business full time and drinking a lot of coffee, I finally, with a lot of help from from just the whole entrepreneurial circle that exists here in Columbus, Ohio, I finally got to the point where I no longer have my full-time job, where this is my full-time. I still do private tutoring because it's still, I'm so passionate about educating
Yeah.
people, that it really, like, to keep that wheel turning is very good for me so that I can keep elevating my business. So it really, I'm so grateful to be at this point. It took a minute,
Yeah.
and it took a lot of like, wow, can I do this? And just a lot. But thank God we're at this point where it's, yeah. And so the passion, I think, just comes in from, I think there's like an internal spark,
Yeah.
and I think it probably all links back to connecting and healing. I think, like, teaching children how to read who
Yeah.
struggle is a healing thing. I think teaching women, maybe they're cancer patients, maybe they're postpartum, maybe they're transgender, like, there's so many ways that people need to be healed, and
Yeah.
it's so easy to do it.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, hopefully I
Absolutely.
answered all those questions.
No, you totally did. And I love that you're still able to do like the tutoring piece and things like that, but you're doing it by a life that you design. Like you're doing it on your terms versus
Yeah.
these are my hours. I have to be there. Like, you get to design because makeup and hair was already something that you designed. These are hours I'm going to do this. So
Yeah.
now you can do that with both things, right? And keep them both, which I think
Yeah.
is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very grateful. It was, yeah, I didn't know, it was
Yeah.
hard. Those 3.5 years, I was like, can we do this?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really grateful.
So I feel like truly what I think attracted me to you was just obviously I love you, but I just the artistic side and the creative side of makeup. Like you literally have like this blank canvas, right? This blank face that
Yeah.
you get to do what you want to do with pretty much for the most part, unless somebody brings you an idea. Like,
Yeah.
does that like just like bring you so much joy? Because I feel like when I
Oh
see
yeah.
you in your zone, you're all lit up.
Yeah, it does because it's like it's just a hybrid of things. So like I get
Right.
to talk with you, connect with you. So like there's that piece.
Mhm.
Then I get to help you see yourself in a different way. So
Yeah.
that's like, whoa, like that. I love that like journey,
Yeah.
and that like path together. I love that it's a little risky, there's like a little like, ooh, what is gold leaf going to be like today?
Right.
There's a little that like we take a risk together. And then just the idea that like this really is a blank canvas, but it gets to talk to me.
Right.
And because you are a living, breathing person, it's different than like a canvas wall, a canvas poster, whatever.
Right.
It's someone that has like feelings and expression and texture, and it's just like, oh, like where are we going?
Right.
It's kind of like a ride that you don't know where you're going to get dropped off.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
And it's kind of like I can bring you the picture of somebody that looks like I love their makeup, I love their hair, but
sure.
look, I'm going to do it totally different justice than they are, right? Because we're all different. We all have a different
Sure.
canvas to start with. We all have different
Yeah.
textures of hair and color and
Yeah.
lengths. And so I love that even though if somebody brings you and says, would love something like this, it's still going to be a different masterpiece,
Oh,
basically.
for sure.
I love
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah,
love
which is also a challenge, which is like, oh, you want to look like Kim Kardashian, but you're Caucasian and not Armenian and have different eyebrows. So how are we going to get there?
Right.
And that kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Being realistic.
Yeah. That's the teaching part, like teaching
Right.
how to get you to where you are with
Yep.
Kim. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So obviously, I talk about this a lot. I used to be an introvert. And one of the craziest things that helped me feel confident when I got on video were three things: earrings, a good eye mascara, and a good like lip gloss or a lipstick, like a pop of color. Like,
Yeah.
and it helped me with so much confidence. Can we talk a little bit about like the confidence that makeup can give us and how we shouldn't feel like shamed to get dressed up to feel like $1,000,000?
Yeah, yeah. So that's like something that's a different like part of my business that I offer that I just love to talk about because I think it exists so much is
Yeah.
makeup therapy. So the idea that like this like tube of lip gloss is not a vain negative mask thing. It's a
Right.
thing where I just put it on so I felt a little bit more confident on video.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good question. I think it's because when we see ourselves, we're all beautiful without makeup. We're all beautiful as we are, God-given, born, everything. But it doesn't hurt to see yourself in a way that you also like.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with liking yourself. I happen to like my face and my eye structure better when I have a little wing and it's open with mascara and I feel ready to do some of the hard things like build a business.
Yeah.
And it's just this tool that it's not covering up. I say that makeup is not a mask, it's a shield.
Yeah.
It's not this thing. It's like,
Right.
I'm here and it's kind of like what do they call that? The power pose.
Yeah.
The
And like it
first-
accentuates
it
what you already
accentuates. Oh yeah. So you have to maybe speak something that's strong.
have.
So
Mhm.
you might wear a darker or a richer, or you have your what's that lipstick you love?
Big lip energy.
Yeah, yeah. Because it gives you that energy.
Yeah.
And it's just a way, I think, that we see ourselves. And that doesn't mean that we see ourselves as ugly or anything when the makeup's not on. You
Right.
know, that's also a skill, is to look at yourself just raw and be
Right.
like, I love you too, you
Right.
know. But it's such a tool. Yeah, it's an incredible
Well,
tool.
and I think too, some people can make it a negative, but sometimes we listen to a song, right? To get us
Yeah.
up and motivated. Sometimes we put on a killer outfit or
Yes.
a nice shoe. Like everybody has their thing. And I think if it brings you more confidence and helps you put yourself out there to do the big, bold thing you're going to do, nobody's going to be mad about that.
No, so be it. Yeah.
No, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So as we're talking about getting on video and the confidence piece that makeup can bring, are there like tricks or things that people can do to kind of accentuate like themselves when they get on video, whether that's to like help show their emotions more or help show like I'm trying to think of the words here, like I think of eyebrows and eyes and lips, but I would love to hear like what kind of things that they can do just kind of accentuate when they get on video.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say all of those three,
Yeah.
plus contour. So basically what happens when we're on video, Chrissy and I were just talking about it before with the walls, you know, sometimes the lights, the coloring, just gets a little shifted when you're on video, can depend on your phone, so
Yeah.
many different things. So the way that people are going to connect with you is through your eyes. You know, they're like the window to the soul. So people want to see, they want to connect with you. And then they're watching what you're saying. So you want to see something with the lips, some type of like prominence. And then I often find, because sometimes color can change how we look a little bit, we can look a little washed out.
Yeah.
That's where some form of blush, some form of contour, something to give that life back to our face. And then the eyebrow, eye area. So the first thing I do is I just put a little eyebrow gel. So that's all that's in my eyebrows right now. It's a simple, right? And it makes such a difference.
It's a cheater. It's so easy.
Oh, and it's cheap. It's a cheater. It's so many things. My favorite brands for that are NYX. You can get that at Target, NYX. And it's just an eyebrow gel, tons of different shades. And you literally just brush it through your brows and you just have a little bit more color. Would I use just that for like a photo shoot where I really need it to be prominent against really, really bright flash? I would choose something different, but for just, making your reels, making your videos, little eyebrow gel, you're golden.
Yeah.
Then, like Chrissy said, definitely mascara. That's going to open up the eyes. That's big. I like a little definition, so I'll do a little liner. I just am so used to that. So that's how I feel present. But even just mascara will give you at least already that open, that like kind of people kind of looking in.
Yeah.
And then definitely the lips. And that could be a nude lip, that could just be gloss, that could be a prominent red. But just so you have those points of structure. So structure here, openness here, structure here, and just color and prominence there. Those are my biggest, even if you don't wear foundation,
Yeah.
you like really like you can get away with with not doing too much, and still have that presented look, still have that readiness and confidence also to be on film. It's like
totally. So you mentioned eyeliner. So, and this is totally a lesson for my listeners here because I don't remember. Isn't there like a certain way that you do eyeliner that opens up your eyes and actually makes your eye look smaller? Like, is it like, what if you put it on both, like upper and lower? Like, can you explain that?
Yeah. So right now I'm just wearing it on the upper. It just happens to be how I like it. When you are looking to make your eyes look even more open, you can either like just leave it bare, or if you really want to like take it to the next level, is to use a like peachy toned eyeliner. Okay. Generally I would use like a like not a felt tip, whatchamacallit, like a pencil.
Right.
And you would just line this waterline with that. And what it does is it kind of mimics the color of your eyeball. And so it's kind of like an optical illusion where it makes your eyes actually look bigger and they look whiter. And so that's a really cool thing to like level up your wide-eyed, like doe-eyed, like think Marilyn Monroe and a deer. you know, and then if you want to make them smaller for some reason, or if you want kind of a more smoky, sultry, that's where you would use a dark brown, a black, like an aubergine, which is like eggplant would be so beautiful. So that's where you can kind of make things look more intense and smoky. It won't give you the open-eyed vibe, but it might give you that confidence vibe. It'll give you like smoky, like who's that, kind of vibe. So that's where those eyeliners can definitely differ and do two totally different things.
I love that. I love that. So if you guys check Naomi out ever on her Instagram, I think she has these pictures, but when you go into her, when I go into her studio, there are these like gorgeous pictures like all over the wall. So you have done some interesting things and used other things than makeup on people's faces. Let's talk about this a little bit, because this is so creative and so interesting to me.
Yeah. So I think she's talking about, I'll go get her.
Oh,
this is her name is Amber.
We get a visual that makes it fun.
Yes, that's the teacher in me. I think you're talking about her.
I am talking about her.
This is the one that I put in the middle of all of the more like professional shots, because it draws people in immediately. And they're like, who is that and what is on her and why? So someone reached out to me. Steve Malone is his name. He's a really interesting photographer. And he goes, how do you feel about putting mud on somebody? I was like, I don't know. But I'm willing to try. I have never done it before. And it was a creative shoot, so we're like, let's go for it. And it was like it was like before COVID was like deep. It was like, what's this thing? So I was like, okay, I'll be outside, and whatever. So we essentially mixed mud, mind you, not from the ground. This was like Fuller's earth that you like buy, so it's not like disgusting. And you mix it with water, and we essentially put it everywhere, like upper body everywhere, and we let most of it dry. So these parts are like the not dry parts, and then painted it white. And there's like little parts where I painted her eyelashes white instead of black. Her lips are golden. There's gold leaf in her hair. She just kind of looks like this Mother Earth scenario. And then we like kind of took it even further with a Mother Earth thing, because she has children of her own and she had stretch marks. And so we wanted to put gold leaf on those as well and like celebrate that part of her. So it's like there's makeup therapy and it can go real deep.
No, that's art. That is completely a piece of art right there.
Yeah, thank you. And just seeing her, seeing herself in that way, like you can try putting on a different lip color and seeing yourself in that way, or you can get real out there. It's such there's so much variety.
That's a total transformation right there.
Yeah. So you can get as funky as you want with makeup, which is, and what's cool is you can consider mud makeup. Like there's it's so broad.
I love that. So if somebody like, you mentioned, and I know I'm going back and forth here, we were talking about not necessarily needing, like a whole foundation face when it comes to video. Like what are your like minimums that you would do? Would you, like, I don't know all the names, so Naomi, don't laugh at me. Like I hear people talk about like BB cream or like a tinted moisturizer or something like that. If they wanted to like be like light and natural on video, but do the eyes and the lips, what would you recommend?
So just kind of my quick daily is I just start with that eyebrow gel. Like literally helps me wake up, because I'm like, oh, I'm awake. So I'm awake now. So I start with that. Mind you, before that, I've brushed my teeth and I've moisturized my skin. I've done the skincare part. That's really important.
It is.
If you're coming on real, like literally crusty, you're not going to feel great. And all you had to do is just wash your face and put moisturizer on. That's like bare minimum. And SPF, big fan of SPF. So, you want to get your skin care going, just so you feel good. And then you're a little bit more presentable in that way. And then, I go right into the eyebrows, and then I'll do the mascara and the liner. And then for my skin, I have rosacea. So it kind of like depends on if it's like inflamed or not. And again, if you have like a zit because it's hormonal time, like you like kind of decide what you feel like you need covered.
Right.
Like that's a very much, I don't think everyone needs foundation. I don't think everyone needs concealer. That just kind of is a you thing. But I would say something very nice and quick is like a tinted sunscreen, because that you have like your SPF going on, you've got a little bit of like color. Bare Minerals makes a really beautiful one. There's a brand called Australian Gold that's lovely, and it's very like matte. So if you have oily skin, that's really good. So you can do like something very, very fast and very simple.
Yeah.
If you don't want like that full foundation look. And that's often what I go for, because like I'm not trying to take a lot of time in the morning, and I love makeup, and I'm not trying to take a lot of time because I just want to get out and going. So definitely like the tinted creams, the tinted sunscreen, something fast.
Yeah.
And then I usually just pop a little concealer under my eyes because I tend to not sleep as much as I should. So I need a little bit of like just to make me look awake, take care of that discoloration.
Yeah.
And then I go like right into a little bit of blush. I'll set my face with a little powder so I don't get too shiny, just to kind of control the T-zone. Because you don't want to look too shiny on camera, on film. You'll just end up looking greasy, and then it's just kind of like what happened, So I do a little bit of powder and then just a lip. Usually it's kind of a rosy nude if I'm like tutoring kids or with a client. But if I'm like going out, a quick matte, like beautiful red, or something fun like a lilac, shade is usually what I do. But I have gotten to the point where my routine is about 5 minutes.
That's nice. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, but that takes time,
Yeah.
so you find you really, and that's what I think, also goes hand in hand with like getting ready fast and getting ready for film, and getting ready in general is like, what's your favorite feature of your face? Like really look at yourself. What do you love? I like that I have this kind of greenish tinge to my eye, so I'm going to play those up the most, and I don't like that I have rosacea, like, okay, but I work with it. So that means, okay, I put a little concealer and a tinted, like sunscreen on every day, and that does it for me. So you kind of figure out your own balance. And then once you got that balance, you can bust it out really fast.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's so cool. And it just goes to show that with anything, it takes us time at first, but the more you do it, the faster you get. So you could literally be video ready in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. Because if it feels like a task, you're not going to enjoy it as much. So a lot of it is also the environment that you're in. Like maybe, and in my courses that are coming out, this is part of what I talk about, is how to get ready fast. And part of it is like, make it your ritual. Like maybe it's when you have your coffee. Maybe it's when you have a gratitude journal and you're writing in it, and in between you're doing your makeup. Maybe it's, the kids are loco and you need them to be away, and this is your 5 minutes in the bathroom. No one interrupts you. You can create it to be this beautiful experience for you, should you want it to be that. So it can be a lot of things.
And I think honestly, like, I went to Naomi and we did like this whole makeup lesson, which was amazing, by the way. And if you ever get an opportunity and she's still doing that when you listen to this, you should totally connect with her on that. But one of the things I feel like with makeup is I just went through the motions, right? And now that I feel like I know what I'm doing, like I'm still not as good as you, but I feel like I know what I'm doing. So it's like, now I'm playing with it. And I love talking about this, even when it comes to marketing our businesses, like play with your audience, play with types of video you put out there. What are they enjoying? Like, and so to be able to like play with my makeup, when the new BoxyCharm like shows up in the mail and I have this surprise, I'm like, oh, can I do those colors? Would they look good on me? Can I try this out?
Right.
It's fun. And it's not like going through the motions anymore. It's actually fun. And I try to, work with what I have. And that's thanks to you for teaching me like all these things I had no idea that I could do. Like, and I love that. And so I'm excited about the course. I think it's going to help so many people. So let's talk about that. Who is this for?
Yeah. So what I'm creating right now is both a visual, and, not auditory, but like a readable, version, PDF version of 12 courses of all of the pain points that my audience has brought up. So, I don't want to tell you all of them, because I want to tease you a little bit, but some of them are how to get ready in 5 minutes or less, and what that's all about, and what to focus on and what to not focus on. Some of them are the art of the smoky eye. Time and time and time again, people are like, how do you do a smoky eye? How do you do a smoky eye? And so I've kind of broken it down to a science of how to do it fast and simple with, very minimal products. People often ask about false lashes, eyebrows, like all of these different things that I've asked you guys about for a while. And so I kind of collected the top 12 that were in my mind. From you guys, and created all these visual materials. I have shopping lists, ready for you. I have, PDF versions. So if you're that type of learner, that's the educator in me. I'm like, we need visual, we need auditory, we need,
right.
So
good.
Yeah. So this is really for, I would say maybe the main market is for that everyday woman who just wants to, like you, wants to learn, like, what is makeup? Like, what is this whole thing? So it's not fear-based when you're applying it. It's not like, oh, I got to do it to be presentable. It's like, no. Let's teach you the foundation, no pun intended, or very intended. Let's teach you let's teach you the foundation. And then, let's once you know the basics, and once you know the things that are your pain points, then, like you said, then it's play. If you know how to get ready in 5 minutes, but you actually have 10, cool. Like, what are you going to do? If you are worried because you're starting to age and your eyebrows are getting thinner, how do we take care of that? How do you then have that confidence? And then you're going to go, do some awesome, incredible thing. So it's really kind of for that everyday woman or everyday person that wants to explore makeup and know the real hardcore basics and kind of areas like springboards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And so as of the recording of this podcast, we don't have a date for release yet, but Naomi has a freebie that she would like to share. So if you get on her list, you will probably be one of the first to know when this thing is going to be released, and you'll get access to purchase it first. So you want to tell us a little bit about the freebie you have?
Yes. So if you go to my website that will be linked, it's www.rapunzelsradiance.com. And that's where you can see my work. You can see all the different things that I offer. So have a little playground, have a little field day there. But my freebie, which is especially great now, is how to summarize your makeup. So that it's spelled summer as in the season, but it's also how to do little like tips and tricks that are fun and fast. So that's right. If you kind of go on my main website page, just scroll down, there's a little contact me area where that is how I get your email. That's how we connect. That's how you're going to know when this course, the date that it launches, and where you can like get excited and everything. And right there, you just click, and right there is that freebie, and you can learn how to get like that summer fresh glow, but like super fast.
I love that. And you also have like links to your favorite products. Is that there too?
Yeah. So that's there. I have what I created as like an Amazon shopping page. So essentially you click on that. And you can also find that on my Instagram. Kind of everything is like all really connected. And that's, you'll see my favorite makeup items, my favorite hair products, my favorite, I think I have skincare. And then I believe I have like hair tools. So different sized curling irons, dry shampoo, kind of all my favorites. And it continues to grow, so like I'm gonna, let's say I tested a new hairspray, really love it. It'll be up there. So it does continue to change. So, if maybe you don't find something you love that works for you for some reason now, it does. As I learn more, you learn more, and more things will be up. So
I love that. So make sure you check that out. The link will be in the show notes. So I asked this question to all of my guests, and the question is, what has visibility done for your business?
So I have to say, like, watching Chrissy, and I'll do like the visibility of Chrissy and then the visibility, just like how I see it in general. So definitely watching you get uncomfortable has helped me get uncomfortable. So it is uncomfortable sometimes to do these reels. I'm like, is this one like so stupid? Like I get in my head, I'm like, okay, like, what am I right? Like, is this audio? Like, are people going to think I'm off my rocker?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, you just have to do it. Half the time I do find a way of having fun. But like the other half of the time, it's like, it's a risk and you just got to put it out. And most of the time people are like, oh my gosh, like, and you kind of catch them off guard.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, like that was actually really funny, and so they want to be with the funny, fun loving makeup artist as opposed to the makeup artist that they don't even know what she actually looks like,
Yeah.
or what she sounds like, or what her energy is. And so I found that, like, through watching you get uncomfortable, letting myself be uncomfortable, that has helped tremendously. Also, I have been going to, I call them the mini queen cons, but they probably have a different name.
Queen's Night Out.
Huh?
Queen's Night Out.
Queen's Night Out. But Queen Con, Wealth Con is also amazing. So they feel like mini Queen Cons to me, which basically Chrissy and Ellie get together and share incredible coaching skills. And when they had their first one, Chrissy was talking about Metricool. Am I saying it right?
Mm-hmm.
And she just had all these resources and made me realize like how fast it could be to post to LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and I have one more. What's my last one? TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one video, multiple ways.
Yeah.
And then you also spoke about like get people to get involved with like the parts of you. So like I love coffee, so that when they see coffee, they go, oh, Naomi, right?
Yeah.
And it's like when they see a makeup brush, oh, right, Naomi, and it's like this constant visibility where they feel like they know you.
Yeah.
And I think that's helped me tremendously, because people, at least I would think, I want to know a little bit who's touching my face, who's touching my hair, who's going to be a part of my wedding day, who's going to be a part of my photo shoot where I need the confidence. So that has helped me tremendously. Just all those particular things that you teach and provide, and then visibility in general is just people want to know. And you, like I said before, you just stick out as the person. If you show up, they show up. Like they want to know you, and they do know you. And so they're going to think of you and they're going to hire you more likely. And like, I mean, the cool thing about social media too is I've had clients like in Israel, I've had clients in England, I've connected with people in Africa, because Zoom and all these things allow me to have lessons with people from that I don't know, from a hill of beans, from different cultures and continents. Right. And without Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, without all these things, without showing up, how would they find me? Right. There's no way. So it's such a tool. Yeah, it's an incredible tool. Still getting better at it. But
we are always improving.
Yeah. Even me. Yeah. But I've learned so much, and I haven't even had so much time with you, but it doesn't take a lot of time with Chrissy to be like, for the light bulbs to keep, they flash and they flash fast and they're good. They're really
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So because you were in your 9-to-5 for a while, but you're now going to do what you love full time. Like if somebody is listening and this is something that they're working towards, what kind of advice or inspiration could you give them?
Ooh, for someone who's like trying to
leave their 9-to-5 to do their passion full time.
Ooh, yeah, that's a doozy. I would say first one, stay strong. Because I didn't think I would give up, but I cried some nights where I was like, wow, like I love teaching children, but I can't be in this 9-to-5 box. Like it was like hurting my soul.
Right.
I also knew there was so much more money I could make. And I was like, what's going on? And unfortunately, teachers are not going to get paid their worth, at least not in the foreseeable future.
Right.
So it was like sometimes kind of not sacrificing, but, just be okay with your dream shifting a little bit and be open to where the dream could go. I thought 10 years ago, you're going to be a teacher. You're going to teach for the rest of your life. That, so I think be open to what you're feeling internally and try to be in touch with yourself. I also think be smart with your money. Find people to connect with that really you trust can coach you, and really you trust can be your energy and your lifters. And I feel very blessed because like I came here and I started to explore, more clients, and I kind of fell in to the circle of Chrissy, of Nellie, of, Lee Cordell, of Heather Morant, all these people who are like we will rise.
Yes.
You know, so I think find your crew, find people that are like, no, we're not letting you go down.
Yes. I love
I think I just like that kind of naturally happen, and I'm very, very blessed by that. But I think I recognize, like, keep them close.
Yeah.
If someone's telling you you can do it, keep them there, keep them close. And I think at the end of the day, like, trust yourself, like, you really are worth it, you really can do it. I pretty much have to tell myself that on a daily basis, because I
Yeah.
just left the 9 to 5. So it's like,
Right.
now it's like, I think I can do it. I plan to do it. So can I? You know, because I'm still in that early stage, but it's like, it's so rewarding to trust yourself and to like, to see that that it is okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
So good. So good. All right. Before we go, is there anything else that we didn't cover that you would like to tell my audience or chat with my audience about?
One of the things that I do offer that people often don't know, and that I think overwhelms a lot of people, is personal makeup shopping. So, like, of course, I have my favorites list, you know, and of course, when I do like a private makeup class, you know, we talk about what products you have and where, like, I can fill the gap. But some people are just overwhelmed by the whole idea of building their own kit on their
Right.
own. You know, it's kind of like when you go to like the grocery store and there's like 8 types of Cheerios, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's that kind of fear, or like 4 types of peanut butter.
Right.
So something that I offer both virtually and in person is personal makeup shopping. So if it's in person, we literally go to the store together. You fill out an inquiry form. We kind of do some background work so that
Yeah.
it's faster and more efficient. We go to the store together. I based on your budget, based on your lifestyle, based on all the things, I build your kit for you. And then and then I teach you, it comes with a complimentary class. And so
Yeah.
that I teach you how to use the products that you have. So that's the in-person version, which is just like really fun because I
Yeah.
love makeup shopping. And then, like, generally people love it when they have like someone guiding them.
Yeah.
And then the virtual version is that we do the same thing. We do the background work together. And then I actually order the products and they get, you know, delivered to your home. We look through them, we make sure you have everything, and we see, and through the class, we see if they work. And if they don't, you can return a surprising amount of makeup. Ulta, Walmart, Target, Sephora,
Yeah.
save your receipt. I have returned so much makeup that did not work for me. And otherwise I would be probably thousands of dollars at this point,
Yeah.
you know, thousands of dollars that I could have gotten back, or at least a store credit, you know?
Exactly.
So I think that's like the one thing that I offer that most people don't know about. Right?
I didn't know. So thank you.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's on my website. And again, that goes to visibility. Like, there's certain things I find I need to keep talking about.
Yeah.
Because it's really, and I've also learned that from you, Chrissy, is that just because you like put out the video once doesn't mean everyone's seen it. It does not mean everyone knows about it still. Like,
Right.
that was the biggest light bulb for me, because I'm like, oh, I taught it already. It's done.
Right.
No. So yeah, I would say the personal makeup shopping, both virtual and in person, is the thing I would love for people to know more about.
Love that. So you can check all of that out on Naomi's website and connect with her. And then where can they find you on social media to watch all these reels and this visibility you've been putting out?
Yes. So on Facebook, I am Naomi Alt. So I got my maiden name in there, like on the keyboard, Control Alt Delete. Then on Instagram, I'm Rapunzel's Radiance. And that's where I'll actually show you on my phone, because that's like really where you can kind of like, let's say you're not sure what makeup artist you want to have for your special event. That's like kind of my fast online portfolio, and where you can kind of, you know, get to know me. So this is just my my Instagram here.
Yeah.
And then here, the real like tool is right underneath the profile. There's Linktree. And I don't know how many people know about Linktree, but that's kind of like every kind of link I could have right there. You know, so there's a foundation that I love, that, you know, you can get for 5% off. There's what's right under there, you know, how you can book me right away. My Amazon favorites is there. Some bougie babes, that's what I call people that watch my videos, are there. You want to get a gift card for somebody, you want to see a makeup portfolio. There's like so much about, you can get a real quick read of me and what I offer. On Rapunzel's Radiance on Instagram. And then of course my website, you can also book me through and see all of those same things. But yeah, I would say Facebook, Instagram, website.
Love it.
Those are my main. Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So basically, Naomi has told you whether you're local or you're out of the Columbus, Ohio area, how you
Yeah.
can work with her. Get on her email list so that you can find out about this upcoming course because you are going to want it. It's just
Yeah.
going to already, you're already on video because you've been watching me, and it's just going to accentuate and just make you feel so much more confident when you get on video to be like all done up. And maybe
Yeah.
what's next for you is speaking on stages or something like that. And it's just going to make you feel like $1,000,000. And when we feel like $1,000,000, it shows in every single thing that we do, our confidence, how we put ourselves out there. And I think that is so powerful as women that we can do that. So Naomi, thank you so much for doing this and being on as a guest. We may have Naomi back in the future. So if there's anything we didn't ask her and you want to hear more, make sure you reach out to me and we will get her back on. So thank you so much, my friend.
Bye.